Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Phil Cooper, and I'll be bringing you some football action this afternoon from the Elvis Star Browns Women's League here at the National Bank Group of Companies Technical Center. And our first game and only game today, you're going to see the Honda Newtown United ladies versus the SL Horfords St. Paul's United Sparks. So this is a matchup between the number one spot and the sixth spot for the women's league. Both teams should be feeling quite good, quite in the mood. The last game for the first place Honda Newtown ladies ended in a 9-0 victory for the ladies, the Newtown ladies that is. And the last game for the St. Paul Sparks would have seen them get on the score sheet finally, and it was a 2-2 draw against the Security Forces ladies. So again, both teams would be feeling quite upbeat. The newcomers being the Sparks, finally, like I said before, getting on the score sheet, getting a draw. They have been having quite a, I don't want to say a rough time, but it has been not an easy experience for them coming up against some of the giants of the women's league, and tonight is no different. So just to give you a rundown of the teams, I'll start with the Newtown ladies. We have Janique Atherton in the goalkeeper. Shatonsia Stapleton, that's the captain. Amira Delaney, Kayaz Boyles, Carisha Williams, Janiqua Henry, Christiane Mills, Taki Carter, Alyssa Hanley, Sharima Blake, and Malika Rose. For the Sparks, we have Kia Francis in goal, Jaquania Benjamin, Desanique Blois, Janice Douglas, Ayana Charles, Janiqua Benjamin, Shakea Bryan, Jasonique Phipps, Victoria Edit, Janira Glasgow, and rounding it off is Jamaica Carty. So we're just about on our way here. Nice cool afternoon. We had some rain earlier today that was really a blessing. Breeze is not too high, it's just enough. Shouldn't affect the style of play that we're seeing this afternoon. So I'll give you the stats for the season while we wait for the kickoff. Newtown Honda United ladies, Honda Newtown United ladies, sorry. They have played 4, they have won 4, they have a goal difference of 0. Goals against, and a goal difference of 20. They are in first place. They've had 4 clean sheets, and they are the only team in the league thus far with 4 clean sheets. Have yet to be scored on. The Sparks are going to try to break that record, upset that record a little bit. And the Newtown ladies are going to try everything they can to continue the winning streak. So it's definitely a David versus Goliath battle this evening. The Sparks have been coming up against their fair share of Goliaths, and they should have had some practice. And here we are. Sparks getting the ball off of the Newtown ladies. It's going to be interesting to see how Newtown used to use the number 20. Just going down the line. That's Sharima Blake. Oh, almost a goal there. Newtown ladies are off and ready. Not wasting any time, pretty direct down the line and across into the 18-yard box. Blake's tried to take the ball off. And here is Blake again. She sets up. She looks for 17. 17 shoots. And it goes through the goalkeeper's hands. That is an easy goal. That is too easy for the Sparks. This afternoon we have the first goal here for Newtown. If it continues like this, it's going to be a long afternoon for the Sparks. Kia Francis would be replacing the normal goalkeeper for St. Paul's. And the normal goalkeeper for St. Paul's being Jackie Smith, and she has the second most saves in the league thus far. St. Paul's are usually under the cosh, so to speak. They're still working a bit on their defense. Quite new to the league. So the more experienced teams try to use that to their advantage. Newtown is going to be looking to do the same this evening. Speaking of Newtown, their last game, they had two players scoring hat tricks. That's Christiane Mills. She came out with 4 goals. And Zonia Marshalls, she had 3 goals. And she scored those 3 goals in 8 minutes. So the Sparks are going to have to be aware of those 2 players. And here are the Newtown ladies trying to keep that in bounds and have failed to do so. So it's a goal kick to the Sparks. Another player that the Sparks are going to have to be wary of is Amira Delaney. She had a hat trick of assists. And she was the one that scored the first goal for the 100 Newtown ladies in their last matchup. That goal came in the first minute of play. And the Newtown almost did the same thing this afternoon. That goal, I think, being the fastest goal scored for the Elvis Star Browne Women's League so far. And Newtown just trying to keep control and work the Sparks around. Let's find those places and spaces. Here is the number 10, Delaney. Delaney on the wing. She's looking in. Christiane Mills. That's their main attacker there. Here is Christy on the ball. She tries to beat. Ball is played out. Still in the danger area. And the Sparks defender tries to play it out of bounds, but it's collected there by Blake. Blake looks, she checks. Stopped there by Jessanique. Blake still continues. She beats one. She looks across. And here is Christy. Christy tries to put it in. And that's Delaney on the far end. And it's out. So we're still at 1-0 here, folks. And the Newtown ladies trying to get the score. Trying to get the score as much as possible in the early settings. It's the 4th minute of play. It's a corner, first corner. The ball is played in with pace, and it goes straight into the goal. No defense, no one from the defense for the Sparks. Trying to intercept that ball. Everyone with their eyes on the ball, and the ball just floated into the back of the net. So the Sparks haven't seemed to be awake as yet. They don't want to stay too long. It's 2-0. The second goal coming in the 5th minute, and it's a ball played in straight from a corner, straight into the box and into the goal. Here is Phipps on the ball for St. Paul's. She plays it straight to the number 16 in Henry. Here is 28, Rouse. That's Delaney on the far side there. Here is the Sparks. So there isn't anyone moving forward there for the Sparks. Not too sure if it's a communication problem there. The ladies are working it out. Here is the ball from the backfield, trying to beat the back line of the Sparks. It's Delaney running onto the ball. It's Blake on the far side. Is she gonna get it in? She checks. She tried to beat the defender. Let's play it to Phipps. Phipps plays it out. There is Mills. And it's another corner for the Honda ladies. Let's see if the young Sparks can defend this one a lot better than they did the previous one. I think it's Boyles who's taking this corner. Puts it in. It's a nice corner. And the goalkeeper gets a hand to it. And Mills scores. And it's another goal for the Newtown ladies. Another goal there for the Newtown ladies. That goal coming in the 7th minute. So the Newtown ladies are really racking up these goals early. It's a ball in by Boyles. The keeper got her hands to it. Moved around for a bit there, and Mills put in the finishing touches on what was a really good cross. So from the crosses, Newtown are really focused on keeping the ball as close to the keeper as possible. Already seen how frail the Sparks keeper is. Newtown keeping the ball. There's some pressure there from the young Sparks player. Number 45 in Benjamin. And Lee cut out there by Phipps. Phipps plays it forward, but there's no one there. All right, here's Blake. Blake plays it forward. And it's cut out there by Benjamin. Benjamin played some good defense. And it's out for a goal kick. Newtown ladies asking for a corner. So it's Benjamin to play it out. I'm wondering if the first choice goalkeeper in Smitten is injured. Ball played out there by Phipps off of the Newtown player. Here is Douglas trying to play it back to Phipps. And it's Blake. Blake beats one. Blake goes in. She passes it to Mills. Mills beat one. She rounds that one and she tries to sneak it past the goalkeeper. Unsuccessful, and there is a shot high and not so pretty there by Boyles. But some really good interplay there by the Honda ladies. They're really keeping the pressure on the young Sparks. Okay. And there is a pass there to number 20, Ayana Charles. She looks, she checks. Trying to get it to Douglas. It's cut out there by Blake. Blake looks, Blake shoots. And it's just wide. Newtown not shy tonight about taking shots. From what we've seen so far, they have been encouraged, and I think that is the best thing, to keep the pressure on the second choice goalkeeper. Sparks are really going to have a rough time this season against most of the teams who are going to be trying to use their inexperience. They have lost most of their games. You could say 3 of their games by 5 goals or more. Here is Newtown. Here is Mills on the ball. Mills plays it to Delaney. Delaney checks, keeps it in. She's back to Boyles. Boyles takes a shot and it's across the goal. Mills unable just to touch that one in. France is there, happy to see that one just going wide. There is a shot again by the number 14, Boyles. Destiny Blois. The ball is taken off. There is the number 18 in Kati. She looks for Blake. Blake is encouraged to shoot, and it's put over the bar. I think the Honda ladies are really focused on trying to get as much goals as possible, and that is affecting their quality, focusing on quantity. Speaking of their quality, they were extremely clinical in their last game. They took 9 shots and they scored 9 goals. And here is a misplay, and it's collected there by Francis. Francis on her toes, realizing the mistake in the back line. The Sparks are unable to leave their half. And here is number 16 taking it off. There is Mills with a rebounded shot. And it's back again and off the goalkeeper in Francis. The number 99 for St. Paul's, and that goal is coming in the 13th minute. So that shot came from Kati. A side-footed shot that reflected off of the goalkeeper and back into the net. So early days in this game, 13 minutes. The Newtown Honda ladies already scoring 4. Sparks need a spark from somewhere. They haven't been able to get the ball much to their goal scorers, their only goal scorers for the season. Janice Douglas, she had 1 touch. Janira Glasgow has yet to get a touch on the ball. They're going to need these players. So let's see how the Sparks respond. So Glasgow has been quite isolated for the Sparks. Blois has been unable to get it to Glasgow. There is Phipps trying to pass it to Glasgow. And here is Henry. Henry on the ball. Henry getting it to Kati. Kati trying to get it to Mills. And Mills is offside. Mills checked her line before she ran, looked over at the fourth official and, well, the linesman, and he correctly called offside. She knew she was offside as well. So far it's been a Kati, a Henry, and a Boyle show for the Newtown ladies. And here is Kati on the ball again. She beats 2 Sparks players. Is unable to go any further than that. Here is Hanley on the ball. Hanley to Henry. Douglas takes the ball off of Henry. Alright, here is Blake. Blake to her back line. Newtown moving the ball around, just trying to find those spaces. And here is the Sparks, losing it there. It's Mills. So the Newtown ladies playing quite a high line, and they afforded that with the score being the way it is. Sparks haven't broken the half line as yet. I'm wondering if a high ball to Glasgow would help. How fast is she to beat the Newtown ladies' defensive line? Here is Boyles on the ball. She loses out. And it goes to Ayana Charles. She's on the ball there. It's cut out by Cathy. And here is Phipps. Phipps with a handball. The referee assessing Phipps a yellow card. It's quite harsh. It wasn't intentional from my standpoint, but he has a better view than I do. And it's a free kick to the Newtown ladies. Who's standing over this? It's Mills. So let's see what Mills can do with this free kick. If I'm Mills, I'm going towards the goal. Kia Francis hasn't exactly filled anyone with confidence this afternoon. Here we are. Let's see if Mills goes up and over. She tries to go to the line. The line does its job. The ball is played in. It's bounced off. Here is some good defense there by the Sparks. Here is Blake. Blake checks. She puts it in. And it's Boyles on the ball. Boyles looks up. Goes to Cathy. Cathy to Delaney. Cathy again. And it's cut out there by Janiqua Benjamin. There's Delaney on the ball. It's marked closely by Douglas. And there is a shot that comes in. And it's stopped there. And it's with the rebound is put in again by Mills. Mills is on a mission this afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. That goal coming in the 19th minute. That's the 5th goal for the Honda ladies. The Sparks really are going to have to be careful here. We're in the first half, we're in the 19th minute, and they're already down 5 goals to 0. And the Newtown ladies seem up for it this afternoon. Cool Sunday afternoon here at the Technical Center. Douglas plays the ball and falls over there. Here is Blake. Blake and Phipps. Blake checks, trying to beat Blois. It's cut out there. Here is Blois trying to go forward. Hanley plays it to Williams. Williams on the far end there. And this is the Sparks' first foray outside of their half. It wasn't long lived, and it's cut out there by Edit. Oh, Blois trying to get that one. Unable to. Here is Hanley. And the ball is played through two Sparks players there. And there is Mills. Mills running down. And it's still Mills, cut out there by Edit. Ball is passed to Phipps. Phipps trying to play the ball out, is unsuccessful. Across to Boyles. Boyles beats one. And there is a clash there. And the Sparks player is down. It's quite a heavy clash. We heard it from here in the commentary box. Hopefully the player is all right. Physio is on for the Sparks, just making sure that everything is okay. So it's the 22nd minute. 5 goals to 0 to the Honda ladies. Cruising so far this afternoon. The only game that the Sparks have scored in, they came from behind twice. But that was a 1 goal deficit each time. They're down 5 now. Let's see if that come from behind attitude can help them this afternoon. Here is Blois trying to beat the defender. Oh, and there is Douglas. Douglas is on the ball. She checks. And it's cut out there by Hanley. Phipps to throw in. Benjamin losing out there. Here is the number 18 in Carty. The defender making her way forward. Here is Boyles. Boyles shoot. And it's collected. Now it's spilled. And there is Mills again on the ball. And Mills takes it. And Mills scores another goal. Another goal for Mills here in the 23rd minute. It's 6 goals to the Honda ladies. The young Sparks are yet to get on the score sheet. Sparks had their best period of play just now, getting across the half line and into the final third of the Honda ladies. It was stopped quite abruptly, and from there the Honda ladies charged forward and were able to score another goal. So Kia Francis would have spilled 3 attempts, and those spillages turned into 3 goals. Here is Hanley. Straight back to the goalkeeper in Atherton. Blake, who has changed sides. And here is Boyles. Boyles looks. She has 2 players in the box. Here is Mills. A good cross there by Boyles, but Mills unable to turn that one in. So some good play here by the Newtown Honda ladies, showing just why they're on top of the league at the moment. They've been moving the ball quite well. They overload the side and they move to the empty side and find the spaces. Blake has moved over, and here is Delaney. Delaney looking for Mills. Mills takes a shot and it's put out there by Francis. And it's Benjamin who tries to clear it. Here's Delaney again. She checks. It's cut out there. This is Carty. Carty on the ball looking for Mills. Mills back to Carty. Is Carty going to shoot? Carty dribbles and she puts it in. It's saved there by Francis. Here's Blake. Blake is on the ball. Blake looks. She's checked there by Douglas. Puts it in. The cut out there by Edith. It's a throw in to the Honda ladies. There was Boyles on the ball. To Rose. Rose looks. She checks to Delaney. Delaney looks up. Checks. Back to Blake. Blake fakes a shot. Back to Delaney. Delaney puts it in. And it's cleared out there by the number 50 in Carty. So the Honda ladies keeping the pressure on. Now all of the Honda ladies are in the half of the Sparks. And the ball is put out there by Phipps. Here is Hanley. Hanley to Mills. Mills checks. Mills shoots. There is a player down for the Sparks. Not too sure if the ball was played to the face or to the abdomen. It looks like the abdomen. Might have just knocked the wind out of Carty. Yeah, that looks to be the case. So it's Mills who's wearing the captain band for Newtown this evening. Rose is under the bar. She tries to take it down. Plays it to Williams. It's cut out there by Charles. There is a throw in there to Charles. Charles tries to get it to Douglas. Here is Boyles. Boyles goes through the defense to Carty. Carty is trying to play to Mills. Will Mills keep this one in? No, she's unable to do so. And it's a goal kick to the Sparks. How are the Sparks going to get out of this hole that they've dug themselves in? And it's plays like that that have helped Newtown with the score that we're seeing here. Is a pass to Mills, and Mills going for the one-time shot. Came off of the post. Blake still in the box. Blake shoots, and it's put across, and it's helped out for a corner there by Benjamin. Here is Boyles to put the ball in. Out there by Douglas. Collected by Carty. Sparks trying their best to keep Newtown at bay. Here is Blake. Blake checks, trying to get around those black jerseys. Here is Mills. The box is congested. Blake unable to get a good shot off. It's Blake again, trying to get it to Boyles, but it's played out for a throw-in for the young Sparks. There's Phipps on the ball for St. Paul's. Phipps beat one. Here's Newtown. Newtown with space. Space and time on the ball. There's Boyles. Boyles has been quite active this evening. Trying to get it to Blake. A little miscommunication there. Mills is on the ball. She checks. Here's Carty. Carty checks to Delaney. Delaney back to Carty. Douglas really putting in a shift so far, and here is Douglas. Yeah. Glasgow and Douglas really needing some support from the rest of the Sparks cast. Ball played off of Hanley. Carty cut out there by Phipps. Brian to Glasgow. Glasgow still on the ball, holding off the defender. Delaney with a one-time touch, not too sure who that was for. And here is Blake. Blake collects it. Blake beats one. Blake shoots, and it's cut out there by Francis. Francis with a really good save there. Blake got off a really good shot, and Francis with some good reflexes there to keep the ball out. She's still spilling it, but she was able to collect that spill and prevent Newtown from scoring another early goal. And here is the number 16 wide open, and Francis really Francis has woken up. Hopefully this gives the young Sparks some energy to go forward. So it's the 33rd minute, and it's 6-0 to the... Ooh, and that's a shot that came off of the crossbar. Boyles there with a very good shot outside of the 18-yard box. A wonderful attempt there, and all Francis could do was look up. Luckily for the Sparks, that one came off of the bar and rebounded, and the ball is being played around. Here is Blake. Blake checks. Delaney's on the ball. Delaney tries to beat. It's the Boyles. Boyles high and wide. So luckily for the Sparks, the Honda ladies are still concentrating on quantity, and they're sacrificing their quality for that. Sparks need some time on the ball. Honda ladies not allowing that. They haven't allowed that for the past 34 minutes. As soon as the ball is played to a Sparks player, one of the Honda ladies are right there, if not two of the Honda ladies. So the young Sparks are really under pressure here. Sparks player here getting some attention. It's Jaquania Benjamin. She has been quite active in the back line. Ball played out there to Charles. Charles looking forward, trying to get it to Douglas. There is Blois on the ball. Blois looking for Glasgow. Glasgow going down. Oh, and that's a nice cutout there. A last-ditch defensive effort there by the last defender for the Honda ladies. Here is Phipps on the ball. A foul there, and the young Sparks player is Blois to take the free kick. What can the young Sparks do from this? And go straight to the goalkeeper. Atherton really not having to move for that one. Came in easily, and it was just as easily collected. There is a high ball out, goes over the head of Kati. Edit playing real there. Here is Henry. Henry plays it, tries to place it to Mills. Mills with a little step over there. The Sparks defender alive and aware and able to put that one out for a corner. Might be a new corner taker here for the Honda ladies. It's going to be Mills. Blois has been taking all of the corners so far. Let's see what Mills can do. Mills puts it in, and it's put down there in front of Rose. Blois for the Sparks is battling with Rose. Here is Mills. Mills puts it in again. Good cross in. Plenty of pace. And here is Francis. Francis had the ball, and it's a goal kick. All right, it's a goal kick to the Sparks. Is there an infringement here? The referee just asking the ball to be played back to the Sparks goalkeeper. So the Sparks recently had a fan enter the arena, and that fan has brought some energy to the young Sparks. Let's see if they can turn some of that energy into a goal. Here's a throw in. Blake is on the ball. Blake looks up. Plays it forward, cut out there by Benjamin. Blake saves it from going out. Here is Delaney. Benjamin on Delaney. Delaney looks for Boyles. And it's too easy. It's too easy. Carty being able to collect the ball there in the 18-yard box with so much space, and it's another goal there for the Honda Newtown ladies. It's a nice shot, but it's too easy. The Sparks really need to up their defensive pressure. That is way too easy. It's too much time. Carty had all night to pick a place. The goalkeeper there for the Sparks stranded. So we're in the 39th minute, and it's 7-0 to the league leaders in the Honda Newtown ladies. Delaney's on the ball. There's Delaney again. Let's try to get it to Blake. Blake with a one-time shot, and it's kept out there by Francis. Francis not sure if she could handle the ball. She made a pass out to Douglas. Douglas trying to get it to Charles. Was unable to do so. And Mills is chasing the ball down, and it's out for a throw-in. Benjamin is going to take the throw-in. She's looking for Charles. Here is Rose. Rose plays it across to the most recent goal scorer in Carty. Referee stops the play there. Just having a little conversation with one of the Honda ladies. Apparently not happy about something. Drop ball there to Carty. Carty plays it to Mills. Mills checks, tries to get it in. Ball is played out for a goal kick. So the young keeper in Kia Francis has been doing better in the last 20 minutes or so than she has done in the opening minutes of the game, letting in some goals, some easy goals. And here is Mills. Mills puts it in. It's a header that goes wide by Blake. So a goal kick. Benjamin clears it to Phipps. Phipps loses out to Carty. Here is Henry. Henry plays it to Delaney. Delaney shoots, and it's kept out there by Francis. And then here is Blake. Blake tries again, and it's kept out there by Francis again. So Francis definitely feeding off of the energy from the Sparks fan. Here is Blake. Blake puts it in, and it's on the roof of the netting, and it's out for a goal kick. I think the Sparks would like to get into the halftime without conceding another goal. They're already 7 goals down. There is Benjamin. Benjamin to Charles. Charles and Douglas there with a little miscommunication. Delaney picking that one off easily. Here is Balls. Balls turns. She looks for Mills. Mills checks, and it's put in easily there by Blake. Blake finally getting on the score sheet. She's been trying for the first half. She finally gets in on the score sheet, and it's a good shot there by Blake. Not too sure if Mills meant to do that, but it's a good assist. And Blake with a little celebration there for the Sparks fan behind the goal. So we're in the 43rd minute, and it's 8 goals to 0 for the Honda Newtown ladies. I was just saying that it would be good for the Sparks if they could get into the halftime without conceding another goal. They weren't able to do that. And here is Douglas. Douglas is on the ball. She beats one defender. She tries to get it to Charles. Charles doesn't seem up for it tonight. Charles is a bit off. It could be that bandage that she has on her right leg. Right leg is heavily bandaged around the knee area, so that could be hampering her a bit. It's taking her off of her game a little bit. She looks frustrated. This is Blake standing over the ball. Ball's not too far. Let's see what Blake does. Blake puts it in, and heads go up. Delaney and Mills unable to do anything with that, but it's a really good ball in there by Blake. The Newtown ladies trying to rack up the score as much as possible. Here is Benjamin. Benjamin asking for players to show themselves. No one did. The ball was passed to the Newtown ladies. Here is Delaney. Delaney to Carty. Carty beats one. Carty checks, and it's a good goal there by Carty. Another goal there for the Honda ladies. That goal coming in the 45th minute of the first half. It's 9 goals to 0. Will the Sparks allow the Honda ladies to score 10 in this half? Honda ladies are definitely going to try for it, and they just might get it off of this play. Here is Mills, and it's cut out there by Douglas to Rose. Rose keeps off Glasgow. There is Glasgow. Glasgow beats one player there, has one more defender. Rose runs back. It's checked there by Glasgow. And here is Charles. Charles on the ball still. Here is Charles. Charles looking for Glasgow. Glasgow just holding a little bit so she wouldn't be offside, and it was misread. Here is Charles still on the ball. The ball is kept in. There is no one there for Charles to pass the ball to, and the referee calls time on the first half. Again, ladies and gentlemen, it's 9 goals to 0 for the Honda Newtown ladies. Sparks having a really tough time. It was a slow start for them. The Honda ladies on the other half came out roaring. They had a lot of chances, and most of those chances were put away. The goalkeeper for the Young Sparks, Kia Francis, was a bit late off of her line for a lot of those shots. She did better in the middle part of the first half, and then the Honda ladies got into the groove and scored a few goals to round out this goal fest of a first half. So again, we'll take a little 15-minute break, and we'll be back to the action here at the National Bank Group of Companies Technical Center. We'll see you on the other half.
After capturing their first ever Elvis Star Browne Women's League Championship last season, the Mapao Rockets are setting their sights on defending their crown in 2026. The champions have already made an impressive start to their title defense with a strong opening victory over league newcomers SL Horses St. Paul's United Sparks. Speaking during a training session ahead of the new season, assistant coach Valentine Anthony said last year's championship success has sparked growing interest in women's football within the Keon community, with more players eager to become involved.
I mean, last season championship motivate not only the girls here, but also motivate the fans them now coming up, because Keon been to the finals at least twice, and then we didn't get there in the end, but last season the girls was well motivated. They wanted to see more fans coming out and support female football, so they went out and they did their thing, and hopefully we get that support and more coming out this season.
Head coach Tyrone O'Loughlin echoed those sentiments.
And as I say, I don't only because we win the championship, but a lot of people come on board. We could all register 30, but we had like 50-something people. Some people get left out just because they put a limit on the 30-man squad. But you gotta be doing something good to see a lot of people trying to come care on, and most of them is younger ones from the school. As you see me bench tonight, all of them is like 14, young players.
Despite their early success, the Rockets know the road to another championship will not be easy. They're expecting a strong challenge from Old Road United, the team they defeated in last season's final. The defending champions are also mindful of the confidence surrounding the Old Road program after the men's team secured its first Premier League title while remaining unbeaten throughout the season, a feat that has further motivated the women's side.
We actually had that talk since we started. We actually come to the guys and said, all girls will be looking more motivated now that the male team has won their championship, so they will come with a little boost of energy inside of them, but we are ready and set to go.
With the season now underway, the Mapawa Rockets will be aiming to prove that last year's historic triumph was only the beginning of a new era of success in the Elvis Star Browne Women's League. One of the most successful clubs in the history of women's football in St. Kitts and Nevis, Newtown has captured multiple league titles and established itself as a perennial contender. The club last lifted the championship trophy in 2024 and will be aiming to reclaim the crown this season. National senior women's team player Christy Ann Mills, one of Newtown's experienced leaders, expressed confidence that the club can return to the top this year.
That we want it back, so we're just working towards that, helping each other out, going day by day and hoping to take it game by game as well. A lot of excitement, of course, we're all getting prepared and getting ready, just having fun with it. I think it's been going well, we have some good numbers tonight. We getting our fitness in and touches on the ball, so that's good.
Mills said the team boasts a healthy blend of youth and experience, a combination she believes will be key to its success.
I would say that we have a younger team than last year especially, but I feel like we can be put to the task, we're up to the task to get the job done. Some of them, they have some exposure already and they've been playing with us for a while, so I feel like they can put that work in and help us to get that championship.
Right. She also took the opportunity to share a message with the club's supporters ahead of the new campaign.
Come out and support us, we have a legacy for winning, so come out and help us to continue that.
Honda Newtown United will begin its 2026 league campaign on Sunday, June 21, when it takes on President's Cup champions MFCR Old Road United Lady Jets in a 6 p.m. showdown. Today, the spotlight is on Security Forces United women's team. One of the league's newest clubs, Security Forces United is entering just its third season in the competition. Despite its relative youth, the team has made steady progress, earning a place in last season's Final Four playoffs. This year, the squad is aiming to go even further, as head coach Gary Clark explains.
I would like to reach the finals and maybe even try to win the cup. But as I say, it's a team effort, so I can't do it by myself. I have to do it with the girls.
Team captain Sharissa Seaton shares the same ambition, with hopes of leading Security Forces United to even greater success this season.
Well, last year we made the Final Four, and that gave us a little bit more confidence. So we're looking forward to head back into the four.
Preparations for the new season have been going well, and the players are eager for kickoff. According to both the coach and captain, the team's passion for football makes attendance at training sessions a natural commitment rather than a challenge.
The preparation have been good turnout. All the players are excited for the new season and confident and ready to go.
The team has come a long way, both technically, physically, and learning the game. Some of the ladies are playing football for the first time, but all in all, it's a team effort, and we're going to work together and to get them to play better. They're very eager to play. The interest is out. The turnout is the largest I have had since we started, and I'm looking forward for a larger turnout. Some of the players didn't come because of work and school as well. But all in all, we're going to be ready for our first game.
Unlike many clubs in St. Kitts and Nevis that are built around local communities, Security Forces United is made up primarily of members of the nation's law enforcement agencies. Consequently, the club enjoys a strong, family-oriented support base. Captain Sharissa Seaton is encouraging those supporters to come out in numbers and cheer on the women's team throughout the season.
It's not a community team. As you know, it's security forces, so it's hard. It's really kind of hard to get the fans, but we like the family of the players to come out and support the girls and just get our support.
The SL Horses St. Paul's United Football Club is making its long-awaited return to the Elvis Star Browne Women's League after an absence of several years. The newly formed St. Paul's United Sparks will be one of the league's fresh faces this season, generating excitement and renewed enthusiasm throughout the St. Paul's community. Team manager Destiny Morris shared insight into the composition of the squad and the vision behind the club's return to women's football.
There were women from the community and the younger girls that we had from the under 14 2 years back, and they were interested in starting the older team and bringing it back from long time ago. I think the last time they played was maybe 2012. So it was just a bit of that motivation and expanding the club on a whole. So far we have about 23 players, mostly ranging from about 15 to 18, and then we have a few older ones. When we announced it, it was a lot of support, a lot of encouragement, and the children really came out, the girls really came out, the women came back from other teams, and the support is there from management, from the community, from parents, even from the senior men. The support is there.
While the St. Paul's United men's program has enjoyed considerable success in recent years, the women's team is focused on laying a strong foundation. For the Sparks, success this season will be measured not only by results on the field, but also by the growth and development of the players as the program continues to rebuild.
A successful season would be development in the girls. That's the goal, to develop the girls' skills and the knowledge of football, to encourage more girls, especially the younger ones coming up, to be interested in football, and just to go out and have fun, for them to not to win every game, not to go out and just look to win the season because we know we're young, we just coming back into the women's league, but it's just to see development and growth, and just to continue to grow the women's team.
Morris also extended an appeal to supporters across the St. Paul's community, encouraging them to rally behind the Sparks with the same passion and commitment they have consistently shown the club's men's team.
Well, I would encourage all of our fans to come out and support, and just to come out, support the girls. It's a young team, they're willing, they're able, they're competitive enough to go out and face the big giants that they will see. So just to come out and give them support, and they'll put their best foot forward with all the encouragement that they get.
And we are back for the second half action here, ladies and gentlemen. The first half ended with a scoreline of 9 goals to the Newtown Honda ladies, and the Sparks were unable to get on the score sheet for the first half, so it's 9 goals to nil, and we are about to get the second half on the way. Just to give you a rundown of the officials that we have tonight in the game. It's the main referee, Stephen Smith, the first assistant referee, Jaden Rose, the second assistant referee, Michaela Ardane, the fourth is Jacilla Baptiste. So just a correction here. The fourth is Kareem Benjamin. The second assistant referee is Jacilla Baptiste. And we have the kickoff. There is a new player there for the Sparks. Number 3 for the Sparks being Zamaya Fifield. And she is in with some energy. The Sparks, I overheard some of their conversation and they are upbeat. Keep in mind, ladies and gentlemen, that it's a very young team. Most of these players are around the age of 14, 15, 16. I think we even have some 13-year-olds that are part of this young team. So this is mainly about experience for them. There is Rose on the ball. That's Fifield there, giving Rose a hard time. Rose is able to get the ball off to Williams. Williams looks for Henry. Henry gets it up to Delaney. Delaney gets it forward to Boyles, and it's cut out there by Benjamin. Benjamin put in a real shift in the first half, and it's moved easily there off of the ball. It's back out by Edith. And here is Henry on the ball. Henry for Hanley. Henry again. This is Rose. Rose plays it to Stapleton. Stapleton, who often wears the captain band, but tonight it's the leading goal scorer for the Honda ladies who is wearing the captain band. The captain being Christiane Mills. She's had a great half, a great first half, as has most of the Honda ladies. Let's see if the Sparks can get something going in the second half. At least get a goal. Give the Honda ladies something to think about. The biggest loss for the Sparks coming in a 17-0 defeat to the OR Jets ladies. Let's see if they can stop that from happening here. And here is Mills. Mills checks. She tries to beat, and it dribbles to the young goalkeeper in Francis. Francis not quite understanding there, and it's given as a... Let's see if the referee is having a conversation with her here. And it's given here as an indirect kick. What are the Honda ladies going to do here? Who's going to take it? We have Blake, Delaney, and Mills around the ball. Oh, and it's given as a penalty, sorry. So it's Mills on the penalty. what side is Mills gonna go. And here she comes. Mills shoots and it's in. Early goal here in the second half for Christian Mills, another goal, and that brings up the number 10 for the Honda Newtown ladies. So it's 10 goals to nil here in the second half. That goal coming in the 48th minute. So the plan from the Sparks was to try and get an early goal. They got close with Fifield getting in the box. They're causing some trouble for Rouse. They were unable to put the ball in the back of the net. It was Phipps trying to get the ball to Blois. She's been unsuccessful in that attempt. Edie plays it out to Fifield. Fifield has been a bundle of energy since coming on. Here is Blois. Blois here looking for Glasgow. What is Glasgow going to do? Glasgow tries to beat and it's cut out there. Here is Blake. Blake goes around the defender easily. A nice 1-2 there with Boyles. Blake is in space. What is Blake going to do? She tries to get it to the captain in Christian Mills and it's cut out there by Benjamin. Benjamin is hobbled a little bit with a heavy bandage on her right knee, and it's easily taken there by Francis, the goalkeeper. Francis, the second string goalkeeper, has been put to the stake here by the Newtown ladies. Newtown ladies realizing the inexperience and has kept the pressure steady. Here is Boyles and that one dribbles wide. So again, just from a moral standpoint, I think the Sparks are going to want to keep it below 17. The Honda ladies are going to try to get past that, as there is a goal different race at the top of the table. Unfortunately, the Sparks are the ones that are used to inflate those goal differences. Unfortunately for the Sparks, that is. Here is Boyles. Boyles puts it in. Ooh, and it's off of Francis. Francis keeping that one out. Just not able to hold on to it. That's going to come with some practice. She's still very young. Still very new to this. So I think as the season continues, she's going to get better. Get a better understanding of her positioning, her awareness, what is needed and what is not needed from a goalkeeper, when it is needed and when it isn't needed. All those are things that are going to come with experience. The ball is put in here. It's cut out there by Benjamin. Benjamin looks. So Benjamin to Benjamin. And here is Glasgow. Glasgow is cut out there by Blake. Beats Benjamin. Douglas tries to hold off Blake. Blake is still on the ball. Looking for Mills. And here is Cathy. Cathy checks. Cathy shoots. It's stopped there by Benjamin. And here is Mills, and Francis keeps that one out. Mills is still on the ball and is unable to keep it in. And might be suffering from a little bit of cramp. Francis might be suffering from cramp as well. So we have a few players here. Mills down for Newtown and Francis the goalkeeper for the young Sparks. Both seem to have the same ailment. Mills having a teammate in Delaney shaking it off, and the young Sparks goalkeeper is being dealt with by the physio. So the Sparks are taking this in good stride. Their mood has been upbeat, and I think that is the best way for them to handle this journey, this new path. They're going to be coming up against almost everyone with some experience, and everyone that they come up against is going to try to use that experience against them. So it's been a rough going for the young Sparks, but they're going still. That's the most important thing. Referee speaking to the young goalkeeper. And this is something that the management for the Sparks is going to have to concentrate on. Hopefully, someone is taking notes of the deficiencies here shown by the young goalkeeper. The opposing teams definitely will be taking notes and trying to take advantage of those deficiencies. Here is Blake. Blake turns, looks. It's put off there by Douglas. Douglas is still there on Blake. Blake unable to go any further. The ball is played to Blois, and Rouse slides on the ball there. Here is Phipps trying to play the ball forward to Fifield. Fifield isn't the biggest player, but she's filled with energy, and here she is going forward, trying to get past Stapleton. Stapleton isn't the fastest on the field, but she's been well positioned. She had a great defensive play there in the first half, where the Sparks had their most forward foray into the attacking third. She was the last defender and made a last-ditch effort to get the ball out of bounds for a throw-in. So here is Fifield standing over the ball. This is a corner. It looks like they're going to play it short. And that is what they did. And it's cut out there easily by Stapleton. Here is Blake on the ball. Fifield comes back, touches it. But only touches it to Henry. The ball is played off of Phipps there for a throw-in. Hanley on the ball. Hanley to Carty. Carty looking for Delaney. Delaney being pressured there by Carty for the Sparks. Back to Delaney. Delaney takes a shot, and it's saved there. Oh, and the rebound again is put in there by Christiane Mills, the captain. The captain has been a predator this evening. She's really been hanging around the goal looking for those second chances, and she's made well with almost all of those second chances. I think she had two that she was unable to capitalize on. But she has been front and center for the Newtown ladies this evening. Her partner in crime, Delaney, has been relatively quiet. And I use the term quiet quite carefully. Comparing her game tonight versus the games that she's had against other teams, she is usually a bit more influential than she has been tonight. I guess there is no need for her to be as influential as she has been. It's been a total team effort here by the Honda Newtown ladies. Here's Williams on the ball. Williams with time and space and able to pick a pass that slides through the defense of the Sparks, put in there by Blake, and the captain is late. Francis tried her best to put that one off, but the captain was just late. It would have been an easy goal at the far end if the captain was able to get there in time. Fortunately for the Sparks, that was not the case. There is Benjamin to Benjamin. Benjamin keeping it in and played out there by Williams. Benjamin trying to get it to Glasgow. Ball played to Glasgow, cut out there by Stapleton. Here is Bryan. Edit plays it forward. Here is Rose. Oh. Fifield, the energy is still there. Stapleton cut it out. Nice play there by Stapleton. Here is Phipps on the ball. And it has been really solid in that midfield defensive line for the Sparks. And there she is again. Blake on the ball. Followed closely there by Douglas. The ball is played forward. The young keeper in Francis, playing it out to Benjamin. Benjamin to Phipps. Phipps on the ball. Phipps to Blois. Is Blice. What is she going to do? Trying to beat two defenders there. Unable to do that. Here is Henry. Henry looking forward. Scott out there. Here is Edit again. Edit holds the ball after being checked there by Boyles. Ball being played around a bit. It's a little ping pong ball there. Stapleton trying to get it to Williams. Williams unable to control that. There is Benjamin. Benjamin to Glasgow. Glasgow against Stapleton. Stapleton plays it back. And here is Edit. Edit checks, beats one. Here is Williams. Benjamin played off of the ball there by Blake. Mills unable to get to the ball. It's cut out there by Phipps. Phipps coming all the way across to help out the defender in Kati. So the Sparks have slowed down the scoring of the Honda ladies. The Honda ladies are still trying. Still knocking on the door. There's Blake to take the corner. In swinging. Oh, that's an out swinging corner there. The ball is high and wide by the number 18 for Newtown in Takia Kati. Sparks said it really confident on the ball for defensive midfielder. Glasgow with some space. Glasgow tries to beat Williams, and Williams cuts the ball out there. Sparks not happy with that play, but it's a very clean play there by Williams. Williams getting all ball, going on the other side of Glasgow there, and making a really good tackle. Benjamin to take this throw in. Glasgow takes up her position nearer to the 18-yard box. Benjamin with a good throw in. Here is Douglas on the ball. It's played to Delaney. Delaney and Douglas here battling for it. Douglas winning that ball. Plays it forward, but there's no one there. Try to get it to Bryan. And the ball is played over there from Blake to Mills. Mills has space on the left side. Mills looks, she checks, tries to beat, and she looks up and scores beautifully. That is a wonderful goal put in there by the Newtown captain. She's really having a game tonight, folks. Checks, beats one defender, looks up and scores. Wonderful shot there by the captain, Christian Mills. So we have a scoreline of 12 goals to nil in the 64th minute. The young Sparks might have to make a substitution, sorry. Destiny Blois leaving the field there with a bit of cramps. So the Sparks are laid down and the ball is played forward to Blake. Will Blake touch this? And Blake touches it in past the young goalkeeper for the Sparks. The Newtown Honda ladies taking advantage of the extra lady on the field. Nice pass from the midfield. And it was put away easily by the number 20 in Blake. So it's 13 goals to nil in the 65th minute. It was Benjamin on the ball. Benjamin trying to get it to Brian. It's cut out there by Boyles. Cut out there by Edit. Back to Glasgow. Glasgow has some room. Who is Glasgow going to play that to? Plays it back to her defensive midfielder. Loses out. Here is Christian Mills. Beats the two defenders. Shoots and scores again. Now the Sparks, after having some good play, have dropped the button here a little bit. And they have given up 3 quick goals. 2 of those quick goals going to the captain in Christian Mills, and the other goal going to Blake, the number 20. So it's now 14 goals to nil in the 67th minute. Now I've made mention of their biggest loss, the Sparks, that is, their biggest loss being 17-0 loss. It's 14-0. 3 goals away from that loss. Newtown using this as an opportunity to get some new faces in. Some new faces, some time on the field. Sparks also making a substitution. The number 42 in Dahani Kati. She is probably replacing the injured player in Destiny Blois. So let's see what the new players for the Newtown Honda ladies bring. Here is Stapleton. Here is Stapleton. Stapleton to the new player in Browne. Browne plays it forward to Blake. Blake plays it across. Is there a player there? Delaney not able to put it in. Francis being aware there, keeps it out of the goal. And here is a shot coming in from distance. Played off there by Benjamin. Blake takes a shot, and that one goes wide for a corner. So it was last played off of a Sparks defender. Blake is going to take another corner here. Here's Blake with the in swinger. The captain misses that. Swing and a miss by the captain. Here's Carty on the ball. Browne. recently checked in, cut out there by Fifield. Stapleton looks, she checks for Blyce. Blyce is Blake still on the ball. Blake beats. Still going. Blake is still going. Blake is now in the box. Has one more player to beat. Beats that player. Shoots and scores. It is too easy for Blake. It is too easy for Blake. Blake is in the zone right now. Blake got around 4 defenders for the Sparks players and put the ball in the net from the far side. That is a really nice goal there for Blake. She's gotten more space in the second half than she did in the first half, and she's taking advantage of the space that she's been given. So now it's 15 goals to nil for the Sparks. Sparks still trying to get out of their half. Newtown not allowing that to happen. Here is Henry. Henry still on the ball. Henry again. And it's played wide there by Henry. It's out for a goal kick for the Sparks. France is taking her time to collect the ball. Probably trying to get as much time as she can off of the clock. And Benjamin playing that ball out. Came off of Glasgow and now it's out for a throw-in from Williams. Foul throw called there on Williams. It's Benjamin. Benjamin for throwing, looking for one of her players. It's thrown to Nias. Here is Williams. Williams to Stapleton. Right around to Hanley. Hanley to Delaney. Delaney leaves it for Carty. Carty checks. Here is Browne. Browne just coming on. Nias misses out on that. Stapleton plays it back to Delaney. Delaney has time and space. Looks up. Finds Carty. What is Carty going to do here? Carty still on it. Here is Delaney. Delaney being played closely there by Carty. Oh! And it's a goal there by Delaney. Delaney finally getting on the score sheet. And it's 16 goals to nil. That goal coming in the 72nd minute. For every goal that goes into the net, there is a Newtown player that goes and collects the ball. So they have a mission. They have a clear goal. There is Blake there asking what the score is. So they might be aiming to go past that 17 goal that the Old Road Jets ladies had against the Young Sparks. The Newtown ladies want to better that. And there was Henry trying to get in. Unsuccessful. Here is Brian. Brian to Glasgow. Glasgow cut out there by Williams. Here is the captain. Mills. Mills checks. Tries to beat. Oh, beats one player. Passes into Blake. Blake with space. Is Blake going to take a shot? Blake takes a shot. Low and hard. And there is the number 17. So it's 17-0 here in the 74th minute. The Newtown ladies seem quite pleased with that last goal. So the feeling here is that they want to get more than 17. Not too sure if that was the directive coming into the game. Glasgow is down. So again, ladies and gentlemen, it's 17 goals to nil. The young Sparks really having a rough time tonight. Not too sure if the weather in the countryside affected the Sparks' performance today. There were a lot of thunderstorms, a lot of lightning. Here is and there's a clash there between Fifield and Nias. Referee calls a foul on Nias. Yeah, but as I was saying, the weather in the countryside was leading more to the game being cancelled today. Not too sure if the young Sparks got a little bit too comfortable and figured that they wouldn't be playing this afternoon. They were a bit slow off of the ball in the first half, came out with some energy at the start of the second half, kept Newtown at bay for most of the early minutes in the second half, and then have dropped the baton so far. 9 goals were scored in the first half by the Newtown ladies. Here is Bryan on the ball. Stapleton plays it around Fifield. Fifield challenging Stapleton. Stapleton still on the ball. What's Stapleton gonna do? Passes it to Mills. There is a foot race going on here between Mills and Benjamin Mills. Still there. Mills puts it in. Really good goal there by Mills. She's hobbled but is still going. And that is the 18th goal there for the Newtown ladies. The Sparks now suffering their largest defeat in the 77th minute. Again, the Sparks have to take this in stride. They're very young, they're very inexperienced, and they're playing against players that have had time in this league, have had experiences that they are yet to have. So they have to stay focused, they have to stay strong, they have to stay together, and they have to stay confident if they're going to finish the season better than they started. And here is Carty going in. Here is Browne. Browne, a new player. Ball comes off of Benjamin. Here is Browne. Browne still there, trying to get it to Blake. Blake shoots. The ball is cut out there by Edit. Here is Bryan on the ball for the young Sparks. Gets it to Glasgow. Glasgow cut out there by Nias. And it's a throw-in to the SL Horfords. St. Paul United Sparks. Here's a substitution. The defender in Williams coming out for number 30 in Medicia Blake Esdale. And the number 16 in Henry coming out and being replaced by the number 29 in Azika Morton. So here is Nias. Nias is throwing. Fifield on the ball. Nias really rough there. It's being held a little by Glasgow. Here is Morton. Morton looks to Browne. Blake has the ball. Tries to get it in. The rebound was caught by Blake. So it's going to be a free kick to Sparks. Referee just having a conversation with Nias there about the altercation that she had with Glasgow. Just telling her to, keep it competitive but keep it peaceful. Hit it there. Some high boots going there. Blake still on the ball. Here is Mills. Mills to Browne. Browne played off the ball there. Ball being ricocheted in the box. And here is... And the rebound again by the captain. So the captain being in the right place at the right time for the entire evening. And feeding off of the plate of the young Sparks. The young goalkeeper in Francis. Really having a torrid night tonight. She's had her moments. She's made some really good saves. But she has spilled a lot of those shots, and most of those shots have been turned into goal by the captain for the Honda ladies. And it's now 19 goals to nil. Here is Browne. Browne on the ball. Here is Glasgow. Glasgow being played off the ball there by Mills. Newtown really not sitting on their laurels here. Newtown trying to rack up the score. Here is Phipps on the ball. Blake beating Benjamin in the 82nd minute. Here is Blake to Mills. Mills against two defensive players for the Sparks. Glasgow cut out there by Morton. Douglas down. Game getting a bit scrappy here. Douglas needing a little bit of assistance from the physio. Looks like she's all right. Hopefully, Douglas would be able to continue. But the Newtown ladies really not showing any mercy tonight. Here is Blake. Oh, and there is a goal put in there by Delaney. Delaney coming alive in the latter parts of this game. 2 goals there for Delaney now. So in the 84th minute, it's now 20 goals to nil. Young Sparks being put to the sword here. There is Nias. Nias on the ball looking for Browne. Browne tries to keep it in. Does. To Blake. Blake with time. Blake looks, checks, cut out there by Edith. There is Benjamin. Here is Brian. Glasgow is on the ball. Fifield making a run in front of her. Glasgow unable to get the ball to Fifield. Here is Bryan plays it to Fifield. Fifield runs. It's a matchup there against Neas. And the ball is played out of bounds by Glasgow. Another substitution here for the Honda ladies. It's the number 17 coming out in the captain, Christiane Mills. She's had a great night tonight. And coming in is number 8 in Kai Moyen Grant. Ball being put out of bounds here by Edith. 85th minute. 20 goals to nil. And the Honda ladies are still not letting up. The Honda ladies want more goals. Substitutions coming in with the same energy as the starters. Seeing some smiles on the faces of the Honda ladies. Not so much so on the faces of the young Sparks, quite understandably. Here's Glasgow. And again, despite the score, the young Sparks have not given up. They are still trying. They are still trying to go forward. Here is Glasgow. Glasgow trying to play to Fifield. Fifield unable to chase that ball down. It goes harmlessly to the goalkeeper in Atherton. Atherton hasn't had much work to do tonight, except for a few back passes from her defensive line. Here is the number 8. Just coming on in Grant. Grant plays it forward, was trying to get it to Delaney. And there is a flag up. And offside is being called. The young Sparks, Fifield. Fifield has been putting in a shift. She really wants to get a goal. I think the entire Young Sparks team really wants to get a goal. One goal tonight might just be enough for them to lift their spirits. I think they have an understanding of where they are and who they are and where they have to get to. Management definitely has some work on their hands in trying to keep the young ladies for the Sparks awake, aware, in tuned and connected in this learning process, this learning journey that they have been on. This is match day 10. This is the 5th game for the young Sparks. So it's been a strength to strength movement. Again, the most important thing for these young Sparks is to learn from every game. Look at what was done well, look at what was done not so well, and try to improve on those things that they haven't done so well. And here is Delaney putting it in. It's cut out there by Benjamin to Carty. Carty looks forward to Douglas. Douglas trying to get it to Phipps or Fifield. Fifield chasing the ball down. Here is Phipps. Phipps is still on the ball right there next to Stapleton. Not Stapleton, sorry, Morton. Blake on the ball, being chased down by a defender there. The ball is played forward and collected easily by Francis. Now in the 89th minute of play, here is Delaney on the ball. Chased out by Carty. Here is Blake. Blake trying to get it to Stapleton. Stapleton turns and shoots. The teammates really trying to get her on the scoreboard. She's now in a more advanced position. Played last back for most of this game. Is now playing right wing. Here is Blake. What is Blake going to do with this ball? Plays it short to Stapleton. Stapleton checks, plays it in. Plays it across goal. Still in the box. Here is Nias. Nias shoots. It's played out there. There is Blake. Blake is on the ball, has time, looks for someone, plays it to Browne. Is Delaney there? Oh, and it's Browne! And Browne scores. Having been substituted late in the second half, Browne is on the score sheet. That goal coming, the 21st goal, coming in the 90th minute of play. So it's 21-0 against the young Sparks here. Newtown really taking advantage of their experience. Can the Sparks get one in and keep Newtown out for the rest of the game? Here is Stapleton. Stapleton trying to go forward. Cut out there by Glasgow. How much time is going to be given in extra time? Had a few stoppages, but each of those stoppages were really short. And there is it. 2 minutes of extra time. So it's 2 minutes for the Sparks to get on the score sheet. 2 minutes for the Honda Newtown United ladies to get their 22nd goal of the game. Can either team do that? Here is Blake. Blake to Stapleton. Stapleton cut out there by Bryant. Here is Glasgow. Glasgow still on the ball, trying to beat Stapleton. To Benjamin. Benjamin with space. Who is she going to pass it to? It's cut out there by Morton. Morton still on the ball. Morton being chased down by Douglas. Here's Delaney. Delaney shoots. And Delaney scores. And that is her hat trick. Started late. But she scored another hat trick. So that's 2 hat tricks in 2 games for Delaney. Not as close to her captain as she was in the last game. Captain being substituted out. So the Newtown Honda ladies scoring in extra time, 2 minutes extra time. And it is the 22nd goal of the game. The fourth official just calling the main ref over so that Blois, who is being substituted, could get a yellow card. Not too sure what was said. Couldn't have been anything too nice. She received a yellow card. So the management and substitutes for the Sparks really not happy with what they've seen tonight. Not too sure they could be angry at anyone except themselves. Newtown really came out here on a mission, and they have been successful thus far in their mission. Not too sure exactly what the mission was outside of winning. They won. They are winning by a great margin. Not too sure if there was a number set for that margin. Here is Stapleton inside of the box. Here is Browne again. Blake is on the ball, getting it to Stapleton. Stapleton checks, and she shoots and is blocked there by the defenders for St. Paul's. Blake takes the corner. What is Blake going to do here? Is she going to play it short? Is she going to go long? She's played some in-swingers. She's played some out-swingers. What are we going to see here? It's an in-swinging ball that goes to the near post and is played out there by Benjamin. It's another corner. This might be the last play. Let's see if they keep it in the corner. No, they don't. It's Stapleton. Stapleton checks and Stapleton tries to shoot. And there it is. End of the game there, ladies and gentlemen. The Honda Newtown ladies scoring 22 goals in this game. The Young Sparks really have been put under pressure in this game from start to finish. They had some areas where they had a little bit of control, not too much, but the Honda Newtown ladies really taking advantage of their experience, really taking advantage of their goal scoring prowess and have put in 22 goals tonight, giving the Young Sparks the biggest loss of the young season. So again, we are signing out here from the National Bank Group of Companies Technical Center, where we saw a game here between the Honda Newtown ladies and the SL Horfords St. Paul's United Young Sparks. My name is Phil Cooper, and I am signing out. Stay blessed and stay safe.